his consultant, Patrick Black, from the United Nations in New York City. He is one half of the HWA Tag Team Champions, High IQ, Quinten Lee. And his opponent, coming from Elk City, Oklahoma, coming to the ring by Helena Heavenly, here is the hit dude, Jon Moxley.
I didn't get the memo. I don't know.
And their opponent, coming from the Ralph, accompanied to the ring by Janelle Sinclair, representing Wax Plus. Here's the Buffalo Bad Boy, Brian Jennings!
Domination is back. Chris Curtis and Hooks at ringside. And Hooks, we are about to have a three-way dance.
Well, the tag team title situation really hot and heavy here in the HWA right now, and this is just an example of it. Three men representing three powerful teams here in the HWA, including the tag team champions. High IQ Quinten Lee representing Foreign Intelligence, of course.
It was just last week in that street fight, it looked like we were going to have new tag team champions, as WAC Plus was certainly in their element. Now, obviously, Moxley and 4BJ are ready for competition. And while this is a three-way dance and every man for himself, I've got to believe that both of these guys, talking of course about the Buffalo Bad Boy and Jon Moxley, are going to be targeting High IQ Quinten Lee.
I'm sure Quinten Lee feels like the deck is stacked against him, and, well, in all fairness, maybe it is a little bit in this match. Well, for once, maybe I halfway agree with Patrick Black.
Say it again, you agree with me.
I somewhat agree with Patrick Black. I mean, I don't feel bad about it, the fact that the deck's stacked against him, because Foreign Intelligence is not exactly always on the up and up themselves.
Well, let's talk about HWA aggression. The deck was stacked against Jon Moxley. He had to go in it alone as Quinten Lee teamed up with Allah Hussein. And I know the fans at home couldn't see me make those air quotes, but we all know that was not the legitimate Allah Hussein. And it was that technicality that it was the reason that Foreign Intelligence is still the reigning HWA Tag Team Champions.
Patrick Black living and dying by these notes he's carrying around. They're not doing him a whole lot of good right now.
Uh-oh. Oh, the chop right to the top of that large cranium of High IQ Quinten Lee.
The bad thing about having such a big brain is that it's so much easily damaged. I don't know if that's a scientific fact, but it seems to make sense.
A lot of things make sense to you, Hooks, that really don't make sense to anyone else. But
nothing makes sense to me tonight, Chris, because of what we heard earlier.
Well, I think a lot of guys still reeling over that. And I can't imagine what the locker room is like right now. Everybody in there has got to be thinking, am I going to have a job a month from now? Am I going to still be wrestling? I mean, these guys are here living out their dreams, so many of them, and it could be all over, and it could be all over here for Quinten Lee. 4BJ going for the cover. Oh, but there's Moxley. And obviously, when it comes down to it, while we have seen 4BJ and Mox working together thus far, only one of them could win, and you got to believe if Buffalo could score the pinfall over Quinten Lee, that could very well put him and WAC Plus back into contention. the infamous 12-count suplex.
I didn't know Moxley could count to 12.
Well, Moxley proving that the Elk City school system isn't such a failure after all.
12 leg drops, are you kidding me?
Here we go, there's 1, 2. Oh!
Buffalo said he couldn't do it, and in a way Buffalo was right because he put a stop to it.
Moxley got 3 in, and oh, look at that. Crescent kick. And now just putting the boots to the Buffalo bad boy is high IQ Quinten Lee. And Janelle Sinclair irate on the outside. And look at this, the dueling managers on the outside. And
well, Patrick need not want to pick a fight with Janelle Sinclair. He might be biting off a little more than he could chew.
And I certainly see him keeping as much distance between he and Helena Heavenly as possible. Helena on the outside right now consoling her charge, Jon Moxley. Meanwhile, a clubbing forearm right to the chest.
5 minutes gone by, 15 minutes remain.
But Buffalo bad boy, Brian Jennings right back in this one. Oh, but a rake of the eyes.
Right here with that one.
Look out, Quinten Lee dumped to the outside. 4BJ, the last man standing right now. Will that be the case at the end of this one? So Jon Moxley's ready to get back into this thing, and he's not, well, Quinten Lee makes sure he does get back into this one. Moxley up and over, into the ropes, both men go. Buffalo hung on. 4BJ ducking the clothesline, super line 25 by the Buffalo bad boy, who goes for the cover, gets only 2, and barely that as Quinten Lee was in there just in case.
Corner to corner, reversal, Buffalo into the buckle. Moxley charges in, nobody home.
Oh, nice drop kick there by Mox. Much to the delight of Helena Heavenly on the outside. But Moxley, got to remember that there's 2 opponents in this one. It's Quinten Lee. Caught him from behind. And now slingshot, yes. Oh, and Mox hit hard and then hit the knees on the way down. And Quinten Lee turned this one into a single crab. Single leg crab applied, but Moxley gets his hand on the rope. Referee Joe Copa is going to make Quinten Lee break it.
Buffalo heading over our way. Meanwhile, in the corner, chop to the exposed chest of Jon Moxley.
4BJ making his way.
Smart. Say that right there. Quinten Lee's the smartest. It's in the notes.
It says in the notes.
What does it say?
It says, man, I am smart.
Yeah, Quinten Lee. That's right.
Quinten Lee.
Yeah.
Quote by Quinten Lee, man, I am smart.
Well, Quinten Lee just got dumped to the outside yet again by Moxley, who's now, oh! Moxley out on the apron. Hung 4BJ out to dry on that top rope. Now Moxley going to the top, but Quinten Lee there to catch him. And now a snapmare from the top. Super snapmare as Quinten Lee takes control in this one. Well, a verbal debate going on between the managers on the outside.
Once again, Patrick Black at a huge disadvantage in that situation.
Well, does take some type of mental acumen. .4BJ has Quinten Lee trapped in. Oh, well, Quinten Lee wisely got that leg up. And things got worse with that baseball slide by Moxley. And now Moxley goes head first into the buckle. Quinten Lee about to send him across the ring, but Moxley reverses it. Lee hit hard, and I think the whole ring shifted. Oh! And Moxley went shoulder first hooks right into the steel post.
And then straight from the post down to the arena floor.
Now Quinten Lee picking up some of that discarded wrist tape that Moxley had on and using it to choke out 4BJ. And look at Patrick Black.
A master of sleight of hand, Quinten Lee. There's a guy who knows how to cheat and get away with it. It's him.
Oh, and I thought that was it. Quinten Lee with a count of 2 on 4BJ. Oh, and the double throat thrust.
Look behind him. Moxley climbing to that top rope. No one's noticed him up there yet.
Every guy in a three-way dance situation is at a disadvantage because you can't keep your eyes on two different people at the same time. And then when you add in the managers around ringside into the equation,
10 minutes remain.
Becomes even more confusing as now Moxley up to the, well, Patrick Black chiming in yet again, and I think he should focus on his man Quinten Lee, who's getting the stuffing kicked out of him right now.
There's something in those notes about you.
Gut wrench suplex, yes. Right now Moxley's at the advantage. Low bridge, oh no! Hook!
Did he? Oh my God, right into Helena Heavenly.
He just wiped her out, and here comes Rick Byrne, Moxley's tag team partner in the Heartland Foundation. And
well, wait a minute, coming in from behind our area.
Speaking of partners, Allah Hussein, another low bridge this time. Takes 4BJ out of the ring, and what in the... Moxley completely out of it, WMD.
Shit. Joe Lopez distracted, trying to help Helena. Rick Byrne carrying Helena out of here.
And no, it's not going to end this way. Don't. Ah.
Here's your winner, High IQ, Quinten Lee.
Well, as you said, with so many people and so many things going on,